The following review contains spoilers to recently released movies. This review is intended for movie fans who already watched BarbenHeimer. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone and welcome to another movie review. Thank you for joining me today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button and share this content with other movie fans. So this past weekend was an epic weekend. Barbie and Oppenheimer opened on the same weekend and fans went on social media to predict who was going to top the box office. Now that the weekend is over, Barbie took the number 1 spot and Oppenheimer came in at number 2. I predicted that Oppenheimer would take the top spot, but then I realized that it got an R rating. So for an R-rated film, it made a lot of money, but Barbie had a PG-13 rating. So I didn't take the rating into consideration, and I should have. This review is not a comparison between the films because both films target different audiences. They belong to different film genres and the film aesthetics are different. So I'm not going to compare as to which movie is better than the other. That's not the purpose of this review. What I want to do is open up a conversation about a couple of things. So, let me know what you thought of Barbie and Oppenheimer and comment below this post. Okay, so this is supposed to be a conversation between me and you because all of us are movie fans. Okay, so first point that I want to make is I am happy to see people supporting films that don't fall into the categories of sequels, prequels, and remakes. I don't think there is a film about Oppenheimer before Christopher Nolan's film. And prior to this live action film, Barbie fans got animated films that went to cable TV and DVDs. Now, I am a Barbie fan, so I got about 6 animated films on DVD. So I hope that Hollywood takes notice and put money into fresh material. Yes. Finally, my last point. I understand that the filmmakers were not planning to release their films on the same weekend and compete with each other. But after some thought, I realized that both films actually complement each other. They are two sides of the same coin. In Barbie, a problem starts when Barbie begins to question and think about mortality. In the first dancing scene, she is having a good time, and when she proposes the question, everything just stops. I never thought the movie would go so deep because you're thinking that it's a fun film, but it's an interesting take on Barbie. Then in Oppenheimer, there is a race going on as to who is going to build the first atomic bomb. All Oppenheimer knows is we can't have the Nazis get their hands on a bomb, and we need the bomb to end the war and send the troops home. That is the story being sold to Oppenheimer to get him to agree to direct the Manhattan Project. He doesn't know how the bombs will be used and where, and when he finds out it was used on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he finds out that 200,000 innocent people died, he quotes the Bhagavad Gita and says, "I have now become death. I am death." And he starts to question what is his legacy that he is going to leave behind. He thinks about the cost on his conscience. Cillian Murphy said something that resonated with me, and I saw it in the film. He said that Oppenheimer's genius was a burden for him. And this goes back to the question I had when the film was over. Is there such a thing as too much intelligence? Both Oppenheimer and Barbie are thinking about the same thing, but from different vantage points, and it gave me food for thought. Another thing that I saw, and I want to thank my sister and BFF Nadia for pointing it out when she saw Barbie. In Oppenheimer, we saw an example of toxic masculinity. And in Barbie, we saw an example of toxic femininity. Again, two sides of the same coin. In Oppenheimer, the act of making an atomic bomb was an exercise in men asserting power and dominance, an exercise in taking risk while suppressing fear. The need to be powerful, the need to beat the other in a race to build a powerful weapon, taking risk, ignoring fear, those are all forms of toxic masculinity. And then there is Barbie. And the third act of the film, we see an example of toxic femininity. And even though it's supposed to be a fun comedy about a doll, once you bring in ideas of mortality and the problems with being a woman, you as the filmmaker, you open yourself up to critical analysis, which is what my sister did. She didn't like the fact that when Barbie returns from the real world and finds out that Ken turned Barbie land into Kendom, the Barbies feel that they need to take back their world and do it by manipulating the Kens so that they can fight amongst themselves. And then later on in the movie, Barbie decides not to be with Ken because she feels as though that she can live without Ken. And my sister thought, Ken was made for Barbie. So if you find someone who is perfect for you, why not hold on to them? If men don't go around pretending they don't need women, why should women act like they don't need men? Men and women need each other, and that's okay, which is actually a good point. And that's why, for me, one of the reasons why Barbie didn't get 5 stars from me personally was because I was waiting for Ken and Barbie to kiss and make up. We sat through 2 hours and we didn't get a kiss, which to me makes no sense if Ken is played by Ryan Gosling. I don't mean to make a joke about it because my sister made some serious valid points, but as a straight woman, I wanted Barbie to kiss Ken. So sue me. So that is all for today, my friends. I felt the need to do this video because a weekend like the one we just had doesn't happen very often. And today is Monday, and I went to Regal Cinemas to watch Monday Mystery Movie after work, and I was really surprised by what I saw. It was like Monday night at the theater looked like Saturday night. I was not prepared to wait in line for so long to buy iced tea and nachos. But I spoke to an employee at the theater and she told me people came back again today to watch Barbie and Oppenheimer. So BarbenHeimer continues during the week. So take care, stay safe out there, and I will see you next time with another movie review.